Right. Oh. Hi guys. Don't mind this dodgy thing. Actually, I'm trying to get better sound, and I'm not sure where to put this. But this thing clips to a receiver on the back of the phone. I'm hoping to improve the audio. It's a small thing I can do for now. This is the remaining piece of the bulkhead for the head. So let's go have a look there and see if we can measure it up a little bit. I'm sure it will need a little bit of trimming here and there because these templates are never perfect. All right, so it looks like it will fit. I need to just trim it over here. And I think over here. And then it needs to go down a little bit. Then I need to make a piece which will fit into here, just a square piece, and hopefully deal with that. Then I need to come in here and definitely do a little bit more cleaning because I've now been making templates with cardboard. So everything looks a little bit dodgy. All right, no big deal. Not a difficult thing to do.
Right. It's not great. It's super wet. I came in with high hopes today. Weather's not really looking good. I had hoped to, I knew the storm was coming. I was trying to head it up, but things never come when you expect them to come. Have a look at the day. There is a bit of a breeze. More storm coming. Right, so I think home time for me. Let's see tomorrow. Hi, it is midday the next day, the day after the next day, the last thing that you saw. And the reason I'm here, because you can see the weather hasn't improved much. The reason I'm here is because something came in the mail for the engine, an air filter, just a cone to fit on the engine. I'm going to fit that now, and that's literally the only reason I came in. Well, not quite the only reason. I'm charging up the batteries, or that battery, because it was very, very flat. And the idea now is to fit the air filter in there. I'm not going to run the engine, I'm just going to fit it, and then hopefully, yeah, then I'm going to go home again because there's absolutely nothing I can do on the boat. It's just everything is wet. I've been running the bilges. That's part of the reason why that's been so flat. We've had 5 non-stop days of rain. There's been basically zero sun. So the pump's been trickling because I haven't finished the collar around the mizzen mast. So even though I've blocked it up, water's coming in, traveling down the mast, pooling up a little bit, making its way to the bilge, filling it up, and the pump's running constantly. So it runs all night, it rains all night, and all day I only get like, I think it was 12.4 today when I came in. So that battery's pretty flat. But right, enough waffling on. In fact, there's the pump kicking in now. Yeah. Right, let me sort this out. Right, so I'm gonna have to see how close this thing fits. It should actually be just a little bit away from here. I should have a pipe to come out a little bit, but I just don't have that right now. So I wonder how close. Wow, it's just on there. Wow. All right. Okay. Now the reason I need a filter, or part of the reason why I want it is, well, I mean, for all the reasons that you need an air filter. My main reason is to just help a little bit with the noise. The truth is, it's just so bloody noisy when this engine runs. I mean, once I've fixed the engine room up and I put the door back on and I deal with all of these other things, it'll already be way better. All right, getting there. Tighten it. Oh yeah, that's great. I feel like we should run the engine, but it's such a terrible day. I don't really want to do that. I think it might rattle a bit. So I got this sort of performance filter. This is supposed to be 316 stainless. It probably isn't, and it'll probably rust very quickly because that is my experience with anything marine. But it is supported, so it's a little bit better than the standard paper filters, because I don't want any warping or anything. I did get a slightly oversized one, so this is 63 millimeters to fit around there. I'll start looking around for a pipe of some sort. Ideally, I actually want to fit it on top. I want to pick up a little bit of better air. Even better if I could go a little bit higher. So I'd want an elbow, a little rubber elbow, but I haven't found anything that's the right size. Everything's either way big, like 50, like the exhaust here, or, small, 50 like the exhaust, or way too big, like 75 mil. So I need to look around for something a little bit better, but at least I have this. And I'm wondering, should we just run it? See if it sounds okay? Maybe. This is what it looks like from this side. All right, let's see if this makes any difference to the noise the engine makes. So overall, it seems to be working okay. Once you've idled a little while and you give it a little bit of revs, then it doesn't spin as much, and it actually sounds quite neat. I've got a couple of rust spots that I need to fix on the heat exchanger on both ends, and I'm thinking that's probably a task I need to do in the next week or two, as well as that filter over there at the bottom, the oil filter. It's not quite yet time to do a service. The engine was serviced not too long ago, but probably fairly soon I need to get to that.
Alright, that's one small job done. I'm going to run the engine up to temperature and then I'm going home. I've also placed the mic further down. Sorry, in the first few clips the mic was up here, then here, and I noticed it's not a great mic, but it was very loud, and there's no volume controls on these things. There's no gain I can set, so it was as loud as it was. I'll just place it a little bit further down. Apologies for the quality. I'll try and do better. Going home, run the engine up to temperature. Okay guys, I think we're ready. Heater's been running in here for a while, trying to warm up this room. It's feeling like it's warming up. I've got to run a bead of epoxy over there. And then if all goes well, in the next 10 minutes or so, I will be able to do this bulkhead in. It's been a while. Believe it or not, that has all been sanded. That whole area just doesn't look like it. Right, let's begin. Also, sorry for the sound. I think I'm finally sort of figuring out where to put this mic. It's getting better. I hope it's getting better. As this video progresses, it's getting better. All right, there we go. It's like I'm going to be running out of epoxy again. I'll stir that up, I'll thicken it, and then we're on our way. All right. I just need to clean up a little in there. Cramped, tight places. Not great. I have vacuumed and cleaned here about 20 times. Every time I come and do this, it needs more of it. Okay. Now, what I need to do is come and bump it a little bit with a hammer. There we go. And now we fill the remaining spaces. Okay, that'll take a bit of time. I'll leave the heater in there. I'll put it on low and just to keep the warmth in there because it's pretty cold outside and typically it's a little bit wet. Tomorrow, I'll give that all a bit of a sand. There's a few areas I still have to fix. There's another board parallel. Well, it intersects that on the other bulkhead. Been a long day, and I need to cut a piece to glue into there, and then I need to start glassing. I'll do that in the next day or two because we've got a sunny day coming up in about 3 days' time. But for now, I need a new plan. And that plan is represented here. Some of the tasks that I have to get done in the next couple of months are going to be getting a certificate of fitness. I think I mentioned before that it's something that we all have to do here to prove the safety, seaworthiness of a vessel. And that means I need to get a few things. things that have expired, things that have fallen apart that I need to sort of do. So I'm just going to go over some of these. Commercial regulations. Okay, where is it? Hull inspections. I've got one of those. I'm still good since the last time I've done it. I need to get some safety stuff. So here's one of them on this form. I need to get what? Okay, guardrails. So you've seen all of those. I'm still putting them on. I haven't finished the back of the boat and the deck, but they all need to be on and set up in order for me to check that off to get a certificate of fitness. Towing arrangements. I must provide efficient means of towing, a rope, a cable. That's weird stuff. Underwater hull fittings. I put new ones on when I hauled out, so I'm still good with that. Ventilators. So that's for extraction in the engine room. All my doors are open. Exhaust pipe silencers. Yeah. Electrical installations. All right, so that's kind of a big one. I don't have any of my nav lights working, so I need a new stern light. I need a new masthead light. I need a tricolor, whatever, and then I need to do the ones on the side of the doghouse. I've kind of got them, but I haven't set them up, and I need to wire them up to the electrics and actually have it work. Emergency steering. I kind of have that, but I kind of don't have that. I need to finish some things on the deck. That little round disc that I was fairing and glassing not too long ago is exactly that. Bilge pump requirements. I think I've got all my bilge pump things. I need one more bilge pump replaced. I have a replacement, and that's for here in the galley bilge. I have one there, but you got to like hold wires together to get it to work, and no bueno. Visibility at steering position, I'm okay with that. Maintenance of propulsion and steering machinery, that'd still be good. That's what the whole certificate proves. Gas appliances, I have no gas aboard. Standing rigging, I just need to do a check. So once I've done those chain plates and put everything together, I'll get the riggers to come through and give me a certificate. There might be one I need to replace on the port side. I think it's the one to the lower spreaders, one of the intermediaries, one of the cap shrouds. I need to fix that. And my spreaders are like that. They need to be brought back down and the whole rig retensioned. So it's probably a good idea to get the riggers out. I can do it to a point, but they can give me a certificate saying my rigging is good. And it should be. I did it 4 years ago. Things should be okay. I need a life buoy, a Dan buoy. I don't have that. They melted. I have a handheld. I don't. I need flares. All my flares have expired. I need to get new ones. Floating orange smoke marker is part of the flares thing. Sound signaling device. So I need my horn, and I have a bell. Ship's bell. Yeah. 2 black balls. Oh, the black shapes. Whatever. 12 meters or longer vessels require that. Well, that's me. Radar reflector. I've got. I have my fixed mount VHF radio. Then I have an EPIRB, but that's for category A vessels. Mine needs to be serviced, and I need to put my IMMSI number on it. Steering magnetic compass, I have it, but it's not set up. I have extinguishers, but they're all overdue for servicing. So I need to send all my extinguishers in, and I kind of made a choice to get CO2 extinguishers. I'm done with powder. If you guys have been following for a while, I'm still cleaning powder out of this boat, so I honestly don't want to see a powder extinguisher ever again as long as I live. Full set of sails, I've got that, but they won't be here. I need something to cut standing rigging. I've got a massive bolt cutter and a grinder. Anchor and chain. So I'm working on the anchor still. I haven't finished it, so that's going to need to be looked at when I get my COF. I need capsizable bottle. So I need a grab bag. It needs to contain certain things: flares, emergency equipment, rope length, a bunch of stuff, drinking water, space blankets, first aid kit. I've got 3 of those. SAMHSA approved self-inflating life raft. That's for category A, vessels leaving and going ashore. I have a life raft, but it is about 4 or 5 years overdue for a service. It's probably still good, but it needs a service. Spares, I have some spares, some tools. I need approved markings. I've got those approved markings. And I need visible canvas, 2x2 meter orange piece of canvas that I can throw out top of the boat if there's a problem, or throw in the water if we've fallen over and someone needs to see us. If all the other things have been met, I still need that one other thing. And then also life jackets. The life jackets that we've got have worked up until now, but there's new regulations that require the new style of life jackets, and they're fairly expensive, and I need to get one for every person on board, or for whatever I'm registered for. So this boat used to be a commercial boat. They used to run charters with this boat. It was 16 people, and then I changed it to 12 when I took over the boat, and then the last time I made it 8. So I need 8 jackets. So it will take most of this year and a little bit of next year to collect all of this stuff to get ready, but I'm going to put it on my little board, and I'm going to write it all up, and every month I'm going to try and get 2 or 3 things. Most of these things isn't necessarily work. I just have to go somewhere and buy something at a marine store, and that's just money. Buy it, put it in a box, wait for inspection. Yeah, I'm going to sort of pivot for the next couple of weeks to those ends. Engine's running fine. I need to fix the steering. I need to fix the hydraulics, and then that'll be just about good enough for me to actually take her out. Even if it's just in the bay, I am constricted to harbour, so I can't leave the harbour, but it's good for me to do all the basic tests that I need to do before we actually go out and do some sea trials. But I can do some stuff, and I'm desperate to take this boat out. Over the last couple of months, and especially since the fire, I feel like all I've been doing is subtracting from the boat and from the project. I'm just tearing things apart, throwing things in a bin, and I'm just seeing more and more sort of broken things and piles of stuff everywhere, and it's not good for the soul. It's not good for your mental sort of I don't know what the word is. Feels crap. I would like to take the boat out, and so that is the goal. And if I can at least take the boat out towards the end of the year, I'll feel great about it. But in the meantime, I'm going to prep for next week. Let me know how the mic sounds. I keep moving it lower down and more off to the side. I'm hoping that it got better. Next week I will put out a video. It might be a little bit shorter. Again, this whole phone recording thing doesn't really do it for me. But I'll push to get it done. And the weather should start improving now, and we won't have weeks and weeks of rain. So guys, thank you for your patience. Thank you for sticking by me. Those of you that are returning visitors, thank you very much for coming and checking out what I've done this week. And for those of you who it's the first time you've seen me, or you're just randomly seeing me, or you're only coming every couple of weeks, thanks for coming back. Consider subscribing. Things will get a lot better once I've sorted myself out and sort of made plans to get this project going a little bit faster. Next week, I'm cleaning out the V-berth. And just to give you guys an idea, over the last 2 years, we've just been throwing things in there and going, later, deal with you later, next time. So I've got a lot of mess to clean up there. Thank you, everybody. I will see you all next week. Cheers. Bye-bye.